guys! So today I'm going to be showing you all and sharing with you guys 5 products that actually make doing makeup way easier for me. Since I'm still learning, I need products that are more simple and a little bit more forgiving. So these products are very beginner friendly. Hence the beginner. First thing is skin prep. I'm going to be recommending a primer, but if you would like, you can just stick to a moisturizer or anything that just makes your skin feel hydrated. Just stick to what you've got at home. First, for me, I would recommend a hydrating Grippy primer. Now, the primer that I chose today to talk about is the Maybelline Grippy Serum Primer. Now, this is so nice. This is truly such a serum consistency. The way that it blends, it's so smooth and seamless, and it's definitely very hydrating, but then it dries down and gives you a little bit of tack, which is what we want. This step in general, not just this product, but anything that you might have at home, similar prepping in general. This overall completely changed how my foundation goes on, or skin tint, or whatever the heck you're gonna use. It will change how everything layers on top of your skin. It allows it to just glide onto the skin and blend in. Definitely recommend this product. So second is a light to medium skin tint or foundation. At first, when I was starting to try and do more of like more glam-ish looks, more natural glam, similar to today, I was making things harder on myself by trying to do more full coverage formulas, which are not very forgiving. Using a lighter formula, a lighter skin tint, or just a light to medium covered foundation, this is just way easier to blend and it just looks more natural. It looks much more natural. So today what I used is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Acid, and this is a skin tint. So the shade that I have this in, forgive me about the shade, I know that it doesn't match. This is the lightest shade they have right now. Please go out with a lighter shade. It's the lightest shade they have, and it is still too dark for me, but I make it work because I love the product. You can see the shade match, I know. But as you can see, look how light it is, and just look how smoothly it goes in to the skin. Not too full coverage. Overall, just a better alternative for beginners. I would also like to mention, when applying your foundation or skin tint, try and use a patting motion with a brush, and use like patting motions rather than swiping or streaking, because this really allows it to mesh into your skin. Like, you don't want streak marks on your face, so you don't want to swipe it on your face. Third would be a cream bronzer or a cream blush, or both in this case. So creams gave me so much control because they just melt into the skin and they blend with literally anything. Like, you can use your fingers to blend it, you can use your sponge, or you can use a brush. In this case, I used brushes. First, I take the product onto the back of my hand and then I put it into the face, just to allow more control and so you don't look too overdone. Being able to be in control of the amount of product and the pigment helps with cakiness. To mention, creams blend way faster and they really just melt into your skin, giving you a more natural look. Fourth would be this guy right here, a blending sponge. If your foundation or skin tint is looking too streaky, you can go in with your sponge. If you have too much blush, which you see I did utilize this, you can go in with your sponge to kind of blend out the edges and just kind of add a softer look into your face. Definitely take advantage of your sponge because this thing will be a lifesaver when you need it the most. If something's looking too harsh on your skin, this guy right here will blend it out. The one that I am using today is by Real Techniques. You can really just use any sponge that you have. Just use what you have at home. I use my sponge a lot throughout my application process, as well as setting spray. And I feel like people don't really mention setting spray as much as throughout the process of makeup, so much as at the very end of makeup. After the creams, you can see that I went in with my setting spray just to kind of make sure that everything is melting into my skin. I don't have a product to recommend for this just because I'm still trying to figure out what is my perfect setting spray. So I'm not going to recommend you a product that I'm not 100% sure about right now. But I will say definitely use that to your advantage in pair with your beauty blender, because once you do that and then you let it dry down a little bit, going back in and tapping with your sponge just really helps. Even after you do powders and you do your spray, just let it dry for a second, because if you go right in while it's very wet, it will actually end up picking up the product off of your face and making it pill and just look patchy on the skin, which we don't want that. So let it dry to where your skin is a little bit damp, and then you can go back in with your sponge and just kind of blend out any harsh lines, smooth out all of your mistakes, just anything like that. Number 5, the very last thing that I have to recommend is using a soft brown eyeliner. Using a black eyeliner at first, especially as a beginner, as you're learning, can be very intense. And starting out with a soft brown or any sort of brown that kind of matches your tone, now with a soft brown pencil gives definition, but it's way more forgiving than a black eyeliner. It's much more soft. It's much more beginner friendly. You can fix your mistakes easier than using a black one. Like, it's a softer look, and it's much more forgiving as far as applying. And even like if you just want to smudge it out a little bit, like with a brown liner, you can smudge it out and it'll still look cute even if it's not like a perfect line. But with a black and you try and smudge it out, you need to kind of perfect it a little bit more because it's much more defined. A brown eyeliner pencil is way more beginner friendly. I don't have a recommendation of an eyeliner pencil. Today I'm using the NYX Professional Makeup Epic Wear eyeliner stick. I'm not a fan of these eyeliners per se as far as longevity goes. They're not very long lasting in my waterline, and I don't have any better long wearing eyeliners. If you do get this one, just know you will have to reapply it as your day goes on. So all of these had made makeup so much easier to do, especially when I'm still learning. It's made it so much easier, and it's just made application look much more natural and not so harsh to where you get those kind of learner bumps where you pull off some pretty crazy looks in the beginning of your makeup career or your makeup journey in general. All of these products are very beginner friendly and make it feel so much easier as well as more fun for me. When your makeup looks good and you feel good, it just boosts your confidence overall on your makeup abilities. And as you learn and as you keep playing with these products and more products branching out slowly and slowly, you will become better and better at makeup, and more full coverage foundations and more black eyeliners and like more powdery products at first. Like, you will learn how to perfect those as time goes on. But these are 5 beginner friendly products, and I hope this is helpful to you if you are a beginner and you are learning as well. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.